community resiliency model, the resiliency task force for with the Wilmington area, New Hanover County. And I want to spend some time with you today, this afternoon, sharing some skills, some ideas that are being going around for a long time in terms of how can we prepare our body, how can we prepare our mind to deal with this situation that we are having, and regular stressors that we have every that we see every day. So I am live now, I think, and my friend is asking me. I don't know, don't know if she sees me right now. Let me type here. Yes, this is my first time. There she is. So this is my first time doing Google Live, and I've been practicing a lot, but I'm still stressed about it. So I just a disclosure, a disclaimer. I am at home, and I have a little doggy that sometimes gets very active. So disregard the barking and the call for attention that he might have. So I'm also new with several pieces of the technology I'm using right now. I hope it doesn't fault me in any way. So I'm using my camera from my computer, and I am sharing my screen with the Facebook Live. So my friend from the Resiliency Task Force, Javan H, is going to be answering questions in the comment section. So please feel free to add any comments and tell us how can we better serve you with these skills. And if these skills are useful for all of you, please feel free to share with everybody. That's what we want. We're going to get the message to spread the word to everybody, because these are skills that we want to put in the service of everybody. Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen here on the different slides that I have prepared for you this afternoon. While we wait for more people to get in, like a couple of minutes more, I want you to think or draw, if you have the ability, write, use some words, however you feel comfortable with, reflecting on the different things that bring you love, that bring you this, make you feel good, or that bring you joy. Those are the things. What things do you think uplift you or gives you strength when you're feeling like you can't go anymore, you can't continue doing what you're doing? How do you go out of that situation? What makes you continue with your daily activities and your regular routines? Think a little bit while I silence my phone here. I'm telling you, technology sometimes gets you in trouble. Okay, I think I'm muted now. It's not gonna bug me anymore. Okay. So without further delay, this presentation is going to take about 20 minutes. And as I said before, the community resiliency from New Hanover County is going to be answering questions in the comment section. So feel free to ask and to share anything you want with us here while we are in the presentation. So the ideas that I'm going to share with you come out of this wonderful book that is called The Community Resiliency Model. And these are the strategies to help you find this balance between mind, body, and spirit. And this model was designed by the Dr. Elaine Miller Caras. There is a book about it, and you can read more details. And if you just type in Google Community Resiliency Model, you're going to see a lot of information. This comes from the Trauma Research Institute in California. They were the ones that started with this movement, and then now it's spread around the world. We want you to know about this. What we are going to start, we want to start by defining what is resiliency. What is your definition for resilience for resiliency? What is a resilient person? Or how do we define a resilient community or workplace? Think about that for a couple of seconds. That is a word for me that keep me thinking, and I try to put some synonyms in it. I try to paraphrase it in different ways. And since my native language is Spanish, sometimes I find that try to find a word in Spanish that give me an equivalent, and it's hard for me. I don't think we have one word to define resilience or resiliency in Spanish. So for the purpose of this presentation, we want to define resiliency as an individual or community's ability to identify and use individual and collective strengths in living fully in the present moment and to thrive while managing the activities of daily living. There are some words that I want you to keep with you right now that are very important. Living fully in the present. Because sometimes we get so much stuck in the past, in the things that you did or you didn't do, or what is going to happen. How are we going to deal with this in the future? We don't know. And the more we can do is to try to do it, to live what we have right now, to enjoy what we have right now, to try to make a better living with what we have right now. So that's part of this important definition of resiliency, living fully in the present. Now, the community resiliency model is a set of 6 wellness skills that can be used for self-care, restoring balance to mind, body, and spirit. So there are some skills that we can practice. And because it's a skill, you're going to need to practice over and over until it becomes it makes part of your ordinary life or the things that you do every time. The beauty of this model or these strategies, these skills, is that they can be shared with people with different cultures, different ethnicities, and different religions. We are not talking about this is only for rich people, well, this is only for poor people. This is only for people that lives in United States or the people that lives in South America. This is for everybody because these are skills that give you the power to be in control of your body and your mind. The more you practice, the better you get at that. Now, this is the first concept that we want to bring your attention to. This little wave that we see here is called our resilience zone. Our resilience zone is like our band that we have that allowed us to be in control of your brain, your emotions, and the way of doing things. Some people call it your okay zone. And sometimes you can be excited, you can be worried, or you can be sad, but you are in control. It's not like those feelings overpower you and defeat you and you can't move because you are feeling too sad or you are so angry that you react abruptly to a situation and then you are not in control of what you are doing. When you are in your resilience zone, you can be the high and the low, but you can be in control and your brain is fully engaged. Sometimes in life, in your daily activities, it doesn't have to be something really huge that happened to you. You're going to have different situations that are we call stressors. And those stressors or these experiences are going to bump you out of your zone, of your resilience zone, your band here, your okay zone. So you're going to be in the high or you're going to be in the low. And it's okay. We all get those kind of reactions. All get bumped out of our zone. What we are going to try to do is not to get stuck there. That's the problem. When you are too irritable that you can't think, that is when you are not in control. When you are too sad or too tired that you cannot move, that you cannot make a good decision for you or for your family, that's when we say that you are stuck in your low zone. And to be able to perform, you need to be here. You need to go back to your okay zone. And with the skills that we're going to talk about, you're going to be able to do that. Number one, acknowledge that you are out of your zone, that you are bumped out of your zone in the high or in the low. And you're going to be able to come back to this, to be fully in control of what you are doing. Now, different situations in life help you widen your resilience zone, or the lack of experiences, the lack of positive experiences in your life, or different things that happen in your daily life, or your background, or your family are gonna make you, or you're gonna be uh, more. I don't know the word. I forgot the word. So you're not gonna have a wider resilience zone. You're going to have a narrow resilience zone. So it's going to be easily for you to be bumped out on the high or on the low with the different situations. And let me tell you, this pandemic and this isolation that we are mandated right now, it's a huge stressor. And some people might feel very comfortable in this situation because they already have a plan. They are organizing their daily lives within a reduced space, staying at home, managing kids at home, and they are finding food on the daily basis. So they think they are in control. They are in their okay zone. But some people might not be able to do that by themselves right now. So they keep feeling mad with the situation. They feel sad and tired because they don't know what to do. So that's what we are talking when you are not in your resilience zone or your resilience zone. If you notice yourself that you are out of your zone constantly, that is an indicator that you need to practice some of the skills that we're going to teach you to help you widen that resilience zone. Now, something very important here. This is not about being guilty, feeling guilty, or blame yourself for not having a wide resilience zone. This is about how your brain is preparing you, or how the different experiences that you have had in the past are making you have a different perception of what is going on right now. So people might perceive this situation as something that is out of the ordinary for sure, but is not life threatening. But some people might see it as a life threatening, and the more time passes, some people might think this is getting worse and worse, while others are able to keep themselves together for a longer period of time. This is all about perception, our perception of the situation. So we are not going to blame nobody because people react in a different way to the same experience that we are all going through right now. Now, the different traumatic events can be too little for too long, or too much all at one point. And as I said before, people react to all this based on their previous experiences and based on their resilience or in their okay zone. Perception is key. What we want to do when we finish this experience at some point, because this is going to be over one way or the other, and we want what our message is to get people empowered with post-traumatic resiliency. And we define that as a positive emotional, psychological, and spiritual changes in life that are gonna make us stronger, and gonna make us better prepared for life and for whatever is next, because we don't know how life is gonna be like when we finish this. And we want to think positive, and we want to be prepared for that, because it's not only about me, it's about my family, it's about the people I care, it's about the job I do, how I'm gonna be better prepared and in control to help me and to help the ones around me. Now, the decisions that our brain makes are controlling and are affecting directly all our body systems. And in a way, this is a good indicator. This is something good, because if we are able to recognize that my body is reacting to an instruction that my brain is giving, so then I can do something about it. The moment that you notice those things going, that the circulation is going fast, you're feeling like your pulse is accelerating, okay, something is happening. I am getting kind of off my zone. I'm getting bumped out of my zone for something. What could that be? And then start becoming like a detective. What is going on with my body? Right now, you don't know this or you don't see this, but my palms are sweaty, and it's because I'm stressed. I don't know what can go wrong, if my dog is gonna start barking or something is gonna happen. So, of course, if I am aware of that, I can track it, and then I can do some activities, some skills that I'm gonna teach you in a minute, And then you're going to be able to come back to it and you're going to be able to make sense of what you are saying. I hope this is making sense for you all. So here we have our lungs, our breathing. It's an excellent indicator. It's something that you can easily see. If you have shallow breathing, it's because you are getting nervous. It's because you are getting upset for something that is going on. When you know, when you are in control, your breathing is deep and calm. Your digestive system, this is a huge indicator. If you are hungry all the time or you don't eat for a long period of time because your body is in a survival mode, so then your digestive system shuts down because it's ready for action. Those are good indicators that something is going on in your brain. Your brain is telling you that you are having a perceived threat. And then you need to say your body, hey, no, that is nothing going on yet. So let's come back. Let's keep thinking. So I've been telling you a little bit about the brain, and this is very important. And I'm going to try to simplify something that is not simple at all. So I'm going to help you guide your anatomy of the brain using a model that is the hand model. And here, this is my hand. And here, when we have the three important parts of the brain, here in this part of my wrist, I have the survival brain. That is the one that makes you react, run, freeze, or feel that you need to try to befriend somebody that is your enemy at some point, trying to survive, to improve your chances of survival. Here in this part, you have your memories. All your experiences are stored here in this part. There is an amygdala, there is a lot of complicated things here, but what you need to know right now is that this part is gonna save all your memories, for good or for bad. And then you're gonna use them later and you're gonna react to situations that seem like the ones that you already have here. And finally here, this is your prefrontal cortex, is your thinking brain. Is the one that has all the objectivity you need, is that have all the knowledge you have. So ideally, we have our brain all connected to make informed decisions, to find our well-being, our okay zone. When you are thinking, when you are fully engaged, all the parts of your brain are connected and you are able to make informed decisions. Now, the skills that we talk about in the community resiliency model are 6. But for the purpose of this video, it's going to be short, so I'm going only to focus on 3. So let me go back to here because I want to use my hand again. It's very handful. This hand is handful to help you remind things or put things in your brain. Here, when we have this is the tracking part that is very essential. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. The other 5 skills are all connected to this center. That is my tracking, my ability to know what is going on with my body, how my body is reacting, how my body is perceiving the different things around me. So for today, I'm going to focus on what we call the basic 3. Here, this part, the tracking, and I'm going to focus on the grounding, and I'm going to focus on the resourcing. Tracking, as I said before, is the most important element on the basic 3. When you start tracking and you start noticing things that are going on with your body, if you are sweating too much, it's a sign. If your breathing is shallow, it's a sign. It's a sign of what? That's the next thing. You need to become more aware of what is surrounding you right now that is making you feel like something is going on, that you need to react and prepare for survival. Immediately, when you bring that awareness to your present time, your brain is going to reset. Your brain is going to be back here engaged. Because when you are tracking and when you are feeling those, you're sensing those things in your body, you are able to be in control and your brain knows. So immediately sense this engagement part and it's coming back to you. So once you track, once you sense those things that are happening in your body, you are going to determine if that sensation is pleasant. Something good is giving you that joy that you want, that warm feeling in your upper chest or in your cheeks and in your different parts of your body. Sorry about that. Then you are going to determine if those sensations are unpleasant or neutral. And if you get to determine that with you, that's you are mastering this model. Now, what happens if you are sensing something? Oh, I wanted to share with you something that is here on my screen on my camera. That this is a book, it's a children's book that is called Listening to My Body. This book is telling you the difference between feelings and sensations, and is putting a language that is amazing for children and for adults to understand, because I'm still confused a little bit on the difference between feelings and sensations. But what I can tell you right now, a sensation is something that you can tell in point to a body part. So I am hungry is because I'm feeling something in my stomach. I'm sensing something in my stomach that it's time to eat. So feelings and sensations go hand in hand. And the more we learn about that, the better we can understand what is going on in my body. So here, when you are having those unpleasant sensations, we have different strategies that we can put in place. One of them is resourcing. Resourcing aside is bringing something to your brain or looking at something that is helping you feel calm, pleasant, peaceful, and strong. And I think we all have, and most of you have an excellent resource here. It's not the phone itself, it's the ability to see and to go back to pleasant things with the palm of your hand. Let me see if I can show you something right here. Look, this is my daughter and my doggy. They are my resources, because every time I'm feeling kind of down or I just need a break, a mental break, I just go to my phone and I check some pictures and I see some things that happen, crazy things that happen, silly things. My daughter is excellent at posting silly things for me, so I laugh, and then immediately I rethink and I can come back to present time and I can start putting my things together and can start seeing things from a different perspective. So resourcing is something that you can think of, or something real that you have with you that is your resource that you can bring to your present time to help you balance and reset and start getting your brain engaged, fully engaged again. The next skill is called grounding. And I have here, you hear my doggy is playing with something on the back. So here, grounding is the direct contact of the body or part of the body with something that provides you support in the present moment. Again, what do we want to do? We want to live fully in present time. And sometimes we are so overwhelmed with thoughts of future things that are not in our control, or things that are in the past that already happened, that we forget that we are here, and our ability to live this present fully depends on the decisions we make. So right now, for example, I can feel my legs that are kind of cold. I know that is I'm nervous because of the presentation. So what I can do grounding, and the way that I can ground is putting my 2 feet firmly against the floor, and that brings me to my present and tells me, hey, you're here, you're doing great, and it's gonna be okay, and it's gonna be over soon. So you keep doing your best. Okay, so here, this is, the tree is an excellent example of grounding, because you have all your roots and you have all the things here attached to it, and it's giving them strength and it's giving them power. Now, the other thing, when you are not able, you know that you are not able to ground, to consciously ground and come back to present, because you are in a situation that is very stressful. So we have little tips that are called the help or reset now strategies that are going to help you come back, and a little bit, little by little, come back to your resilient zone, to your okay zone. I know you can read them all here, and you can go back in the video and looking at them, paying attention to all of them, and you can decide which one you like according to your experience, according to your own taste. Some people likes to close their eyes and think for a little bit, pay attention to the sound. Some people don't like to close their eyes because they have experiences with something bad that happened when they close their eyes. So we are not going to mandate one thing or the other for them for to do. You pick and you decide which ones you like to have. So one that I really like having and using all the time is to open my hands big and touch a surface with all my hands, trying to get in contact with all my fingers, with every little bit of my hand. And in the process, what I'm doing is resetting my brain, coming back to present, see what's next. What is it that I need to do to keep dealing with whatever situation I'm dealing right now? So, there are colors that you can see in the room, counting backwards, and I have some more skills here. If you are inside in an enclosed space, or if you are outside, it's just stop and think. It's that simple. That is not simple if you are bumped out of your zone. You need special activities. You need something that helps you come back to your present time. Okay, as my dog is giving me stress right now, it's bumping me out of my zone. Okay, so these are the skills that I have, and I want to share some other resources that you can use. Of course, you can go back to this video and you can keep looking on this page. If you are following us or you become a member of this page, you can see more in-depth information about this presentation. But I want to share 3 more things with you. The first thing that I want to share is this amazing app that is called the iChill app, and you download it in the App Store, and it has all the definitions of concepts I told you about, and it also has some little conversations, little readings that are going to help you come back to your zone whenever you need it. The more you use it, the better it's gonna become part of your brain, and it's gonna become part of the things you do or the resources you use to come back when you're feeling that you are not in your best, that you're feeling bumped out of your zone. The next thing that I want to share with you are other couple of books, and these books are available on PDF. If you Google them, and you're gonna see some versions of it. So this book that I love when I work with children and with adults too is The Way I Feel, and it's in language for children, to tell them how can you manage different emotions and different sensations that are going through life. This is The Way I Feel, written and illustrated by Jen and Kane, right here. And the last one that I love is The Rabbit Listened, and this is about empathy. This is about how to become a good listener. Because sometimes when other people are in the same situation we don't need to have a solution. What we need to have is just a good listening ear. Because when you talk about it, when you express what you're feeling, that is going to help you regain power and come back to your engaged, your fully engaged brain, and being able to make sound decisions. So please leave your comments in the comment section. I hope this session was useful. My friends are doing an excellent job with other presentations as well, so just stay connected. Bye. Lina Espinosa, out.